Hello everybody, I'm Huyen Zheng. I'm a technical marketing engineer in Semi-Bio Cisco Systems. So for today's presentation, I would like to walk you through the demo with a survey graph within the microsegmentation EPG environment. So I assume that you guys know already about Cisco ACI and some concept about survey graph and endpoint group, which is EPG. So for the lab today, I would like to go into detailed step how to set up the microseg EPG and how to build a survey graph between the microseg EPG or USEG EPG. So here is the diagram for today's lab. Actually, on the left, we have the base EPG, which is the web EPG. On the right, you have the app EPG. So the subnet can see here for the web, which is in BD1, and the subnet is 172.16.1.1, and you have 172.16.2.1 on the bridge domain 2 for the app EPG. And we're gonna build the firewall in between, and we use PPI redirect to make sure that the traffic from the microseg EPG web to the WinOS gonna be going through the firewall using policy-based redirect. So let's first talk about the microsegmentation in ACI. When we do the integration within ACI and VMware, for example, we can build the microseg EPG, which means we classify the endpoint to the microseg EPG based on the VM attribute. So for example, the base EPG here, maybe we just classify the endpoint based on the port group, but here we can make the microseg EPG based on attribute. For example, in the base EPG web, we classify the endpoint using the VM name. For example, whenever I see the VM name is Win7, we classify them to belong to user EPG web. And for the user EPG WinOS, we classify every endpoint which is using the Microsoft XP operating system to belong to the user EPG WinOS. So the concept of contract is applied for user EPG as usual, which means the endpoint in the same microseg EPG can talk to each other. Between different microseg EPG, you cannot talk if we don't have the contract. So in detail, Windows 7.1 can talk to 7.2, but 7.1 cannot talk to XP1 if we don't have the contract. Okay, so now let's go to the lab so it's kind of easy for us to visualize. Okay, so in the environment here, I'm setting up already the demo application. So inside demo application, we have some EPG. Okay, so first let's create the microseg EPG for web EPG, which is the base EPG. Okay, so for the base EPG, which is the web here, if you click on the operation, you can see that we have Windows 7.2, we have Windows 7.1 over here. Okay, so which means that ACI learned the endpoint 7.2 and 7.1 in the base EPG. So remember, to make microsegmentation work, you need to make sure that it is enabled over here. So if you don't have it enabled, just right click here and click edit, and remember to check this one, otherwise microsegmentation does not work. Okay, so we already enabled microsegmentation in the web EPG, but now it's time to create the microseg EPG. Okay, so to do it, it is kind of simple. Let's go here I already have two microseg EPC 401 or 402, but please don't care about it. So just right click, create USEC EPG. I name it USEC EPG web. It need to map to the same bridge domain with the base EPC, which is bridge domain 1. Okay, and then you hit next, and we need to associate to the VMM domain. So choose domain over here. We have a bunch of domain, but we need to choose as this one, because this one is the same VMM domain with the base EPC. Remember to use deployment immediacy is immediate, and resolution immediacy is immediate as well. Click update and click finish. Okay, so now we have the USEC EPG, but it is empty, right? Because we don't have any criteria to classify the endpoint to become a member of USEC EPG. So as I said earlier, I use the microseg EPG attribute. So for this one, I'm going to use a VM name. Let's say I choose the VM name, but you can see we have a bunch of attribute we can use. But for simplicity, we use VM name. So maybe you contain equal, that's fine. You can type the name over here, or you can do the searching if you want. If you do, I will do two-way, okay? And let's say connect to the controller instance, which is the VM domain. And you can see we list all the VM over here. So for this one, I'm going to use VM Windows 7.1, okay? And now I can classify this Windows 7.2. Yeah, I can type it because I remember the name already. Now I click hit submit and submit change. Okay, so we already built the microseg EPC file. You see, right after we do it, we can see the member over here, which is Windows 7.1 and Windows 7.2. Okay. Now we create the second microseg EPC, which is create USEC EPC. Now I call it USEC. Okay, I use this one. Actually, I did that before, but so you can see that when I type it here, it appears here. And now I choose this one to belong to bridge domain 2, because the app EPG is belong to bridge domain 2. And then click next. Do the same. Choose domain profile, which is the VMM domain. Remember to choose immediate update. Finish. Okay. For now, with WinOS we have nothing over here because we don't have. You see, we don't have anything here because we don't have the attribute. Now I create an attribute. Okay, and I just click here. But this time I don't use the VM name anymore. I use operating system. Okay, maybe equal. Okay, so I choose. This is some of the operating system as well. Let's say Windows XP because I know that this guy is XP. Okay, and I click hit submit. Submit change. Okay, now I go to the operational type. Okay, you see, we have XP1 and XP2 join the microseg EPC thanks to the attribute operating system. So now I go to Windows 7. Okay, so let me show you what is the IP address ipconfig. So the IP address of this guy is 101. This guy gonna be 102 if I remember. Actually, I have the DHCP running, but I remember the name. The IP address here is 102. So which means from here I can ping. Okay, why I can ping? Because Windows 1 and Windows 7.1 and Windows 7.2 belong to the same microseg EPG, okay? But let me go back to the Epic here. I go to the web EPG and operation it. I have some guy like web1, okay? Web1, his IP address is 16.1.11, the same subnet with Windows 7.1 and Windows 7.2, but this guy belong to the base EPC, okay? So this is a console, the web1, okay? IPA, okay, so you can see here is his IP address. Let me try to ping. Do you think it's work? It cannot. Why? Because we try to ping from the base EPC to the microseg EPC. It doesn't work. Okay. And it is the same for the XP environment here. I got this guy IP address is he is belong to the. Is this the correct? Okay, this is the correct one. Let me try to find his IP address. Okay, so his IP address is sorry, I connect to the wrong. I connect to the station, which is not correct. It should be this one. I'm sorry. Okay, IP config. So this guy is belong to 2, right? And if I remember, this guy is 103. So from here, I can ping, right? Because we belong to the same microseg EPC. But I cannot ping this 11. 11 is one guy in the app EPC. Okay. So now, if we go to the topology to see the relationship between the microseg EPG and the EPG itself, okay, you can see that we have this guy WinOS, and we have the this guy. It is microseg web as well, right? Okay, it is a little bit difficult to see because the resolution of the. Okay, let me. Okay, let me go out and let me go back. Okay, so well, we try to zoom in a little bit. Let's see, we can see. Okay, a little bit better. Somehow we don't have the relationship between two guys, right? So now I will build the contract between this guy. It is a USEC web and this guy, USEC WinOS. Okay, you click the contract and you apply here, and you apply here. Okay, so you can see the relationship is WinOS and WebPPG. We can make it consumer provider. That's fine. You can swap if you want, but just for DIY, just keep it simple. I choose existing contract. I have already had a contract just permanently. So now I click OK, and I hit submit. Okay, so right after I click the submit from Win 7.1, I can ping all the XP machine, and the same I can do with Win 7.2. Okay, let me do it for you. This one, do you remember this guy is 102, right? His is 102. I'm sorry, 2102. Okay. Now I can ping 16.2 of 102, right? I can ping because the contract is allow me to do. I can ping the 103. right? But I cannot ping the 11, right? Because it belongs to the base EPC F, and I even cannot ping the 111 because he's belong to my base EPC. Okay. So now from here, let me ping just base XP 102 minus T. I do the same for the XP2. Okay, let me keep it continuous. To prove I've done video, I can use this one. This is the second window 7. I can do this one as well, right? Okay, so now you can see the ping is working. Now I have the firewall. The firewall is it is ASA firewall. Okay, let me show you the config. The config is so simple, just for demo purpose. So I have the firewall with an ARM interface, and this interface belongs to the 192.162 3.11 11 IP address, and his gateway is E.1. Just very simple. So route, but I don't see the default route here because the interface is actually does not up for now, because we don't have any network for the interface. So it is there. Okay. Now I try to direct the traffic from the Windows 7 to Windows XP. You're gonna go through the firewall. Okay. To prove I don't cheat you, first let me capture the traffic. Interface 1 real time. Right? Does not get anything because the firewall does not receive the traffic. Now I run the PPR. To do the PPR, the simple way is just to apply the circuit graph. Oh, it is the correct one? Yes, it is a web to app, and there is between the two. Now just drag and drop here. Okay. Now I choose the circuit graph I built. So the circuit graph I already created a circuit graph template, which is the ASA 2 1 amp. Okay, I can show you later how to create it, but for the demo purpose, just go to how it works first. So for the bridge domain, the bridge domain here is the bridge domain for the connector of the firewall. So the firewall, I remember, is connecting to this one. And redirect policy, it's just going to be the firewall one. This one is 1 amp. We do this exactly the same for the provider because it is a 1 amp firewall. So this one is okay. Remember, this one is the one. If you do the deployment or do the lab, you're gonna remember this one. Okay, this guy is easy to understand. Just make it here. Cluster 1 amp. Okay, so let me try to click OK. 5.1, 5.1, 1, 5. Okay. Click OK, and I hit submit. Okay, so whenever you apply the circuit graph, you're gonna see some kind of icon over here. If it is work, you're gonna see the icon. Is it working? Oh, I'm sorry because might be the remote desktop is not work as expected. Okay, so the best way is going here. So we have, let me see if we have it over here. Okay, here is the firewall name. Let me see if we have the circuit graph applied. L2 web to app 1 deploy graph instant. We don't have, which means it does not work by using the canvas. So that's fine. We apply from here. Just click here for apply. So we got template. Okay, so I need to choose here is microseg web. Okay, and this one is microseg WinOS. You know, it's kind of simple. I choose the existing contract, which is the one I built already. Just choose the existing one. Let me see it is correct one. Web, you say here for app. Okay. Just or we can create one if you, or we can create the new one if you want. Just make it very simple. You say BBR. Okay. 01. Just make the filter is IP. It is respected to do this, which means for now I redirect all the traffic to the firewall. Okay, I submit. I hit next. Come on, this is gonna be okay. This is the second time, so remember it is gonna be this one. Okay, redirect policy it is this one. Cluster interface one are very simple because we have only one option. It's same. It's gonna be the firewall one here over here because I have many scenario here, so I need to remember it. Keep it one up. Keep it cluster interface one up. Okay, so finish. Come on. Okay, get it? If we render the survey graph, okay, we're gonna see it is deployed over here. Deploy graph instance. Oh, I can see here. You check EPC, that means the graph is deployed, and I can see it is appear on device selection policy, which is here. So in the device selection policy, the consumer and provider, everything gonna appear here. If you don't see device selection policy, you're gonna hit the issue and you need to troubleshoot. And for this one, I check the fall. There's no fall, but now I check this one. Oh man, it is very good, right? I start to see the traffic pump to the firewall, right? And of course, I can see that it's still working, right? You see, we gotta time out a little bit because there's something wrong when you apply the server graph, or it can drop some package. But now I got it good, right? To prove it is working, let me try to turn off this. Okay, let me show you the difference first. So IP address, so interface G0. You see, now it's up, right? Now I try to down this interface. You're gonna see the traffic should be dropped, right? Come back here. Okay, request timeout, which means actually I try to redirect the traffic to the firewall, but the firewall interface is down, so we get it dropped. So it is kind of default behavior because for security it is important. So if the firewall down, we need to drop it. That's another way for us to do the traffic engineering, which means we can configure the behavior, such as if the node, the redirect node is down, we can keep going, which means we just bypass the node if you want. Let's say, for example, if the firewall is down, we can bypass the firewall automatically if we want. We can do it, but for this lab, I don't do it. So I know such. Because I know such, so I'm gonna see the routing appear, right? Because the interface is up, so I can see the default here. And ACI redirect the traffic to the 1M and the 1M interface on the firewall, and he's sending back the traffic to his 1M because he's 1M interface. So Remember, if you do one interface, to make sure that you allow the traffic coming in and getting out on the same interface. It is depends on the vendor implementation of the command, but there's going to be a command for you to do it. I I can I can show you the command to make sure that it is working. So run include same. Okay, so you should have this one. Same security traffic permit in try interface. This is for Cisco ASA. For other vendors, well, you need to check with the configure. Okay. So I run the capture again. One which is interface. I do a real time. I keep the traffic hitting. All right. So the traffic sending out from 1.1, which is the Windows 7.1, and this is the XP number 2, and it is XP number 3. If we try to do the TCP, okay, let me show you. I can run the again. Now I go to the XP, this one, maybe this one, or this one to be easy. Okay, this is I connect to the web interface of the Windows 7.1. Windows 7.1 I install the IS7, so if I hit here, of course I'm gonna see the TCP traffic over here, right? Or let me capture again. I refresh. So okay, I got it here, so I can stop. You see, this is Windows 7.1. He listen on port 80, and this is Windows XP number 1, and he using some random port, and he connecting to the TCP. This is a TCP traffic, right? Because in the PPR we define the filter, and the filter allow us to redirect everything. Okay, so and the BPR is applied over the subject, which means remember when we need to create the contract, right? Between the microseg EPC. So then we go to contract and start that. You remember we create this one, right? You say BPR 01. If you click to the subject, you're gonna see the subject is mapped to the circuit graph, right? And inside the subject you had a filter. The filter gonna define which traffic we be redirect. For this one, because we permit everything, so everything gonna redirect to the firewall, including the ICMP and the TCP. Okay, so in brief, with microseg EPC, we can apply the circuit graph using PPR. So from the microseg EPC web, we can go. The traffic need to pass through the firewall first before hitting the microseg EPC WinOS, and the contract is apply is similar to regular EPC or base EPC, which means the endpoint belong to the same microseg EPC can communicate each other freely, which means Windows 7.1 can talk to Windows 7.2, but Windows 7.1 cannot talk to the base EPC because in theory they belong to different EPC. So thanks for watching, and I hope that it is informative for all of you, and I hope you a good time. Thank you.